Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please, for those that have not what, please for those that you've not subscribed to my channel, please try to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to receive notification of my new videos. Okay. Now, today we are going to be looking at how to plot the graph of optics. Now, in my previous video, we take a look at the experiment on optics, and I gave the observation. The observation got in there. We are given on the board. Now, we have to plot a graph with hi over h naught on the vertical axis and v on the horizontal axis. Now, where is my hi over h naught denotes the magnification of the length. Now, from here, I can instead calculate the slope of your graph and read off the value where your graph meets the horizontal axis. Now, these are my table. Now, let's get started by plotting the graph. How do we go about the graph? Let's get started. Now, we have to plot a graph of hi over h naught on the vertical axis. The first thing that we need to do is to indicate my vertical axis and my horizontal axis. Now, this is my vertical axis from here. I can have here as my vertical axis, but sorry, this thing, okay. If here is my vertical axis, now, you see, what I want to plot on my vertical axis, the highest value is 2.0. Now, since my highest value is 2.0, I need to find a way of reducing my value that will have what? A greater value. Now, from here, I only have 2.0, and the lowest value there is 0.65. Now, in choosing my scale will not be too much, so I can bring my graph closer to the top like this. I have from here. Please don't forget that you label your graph. This is graph of, you need to label your graph, which is the graph of so against this. Graph of hi, h naught against v. Label it in my graph. Graph of hi over h naught against v in centimeter. Now, from here, this is my hi over h naught, while this is my v in centimeter. Now, the next thing is for you to choose a scale. Sorry, don't forget here the origin of your graph, 0, 0. Now, the next thing is for me to choose a scale. I will choose a scale for the vertical axis. On the vertical axis, I have 0.65 as my starting point, and I have 2.0. How will I choose the scale that at least it will contain little part of these points here? Now, you can easily do like this. If I use a scale of 0.5 to represent 2 centimeter, that means 2 centimeter represents 0.5 units. Then I should be having here, if 2 centimeter represents 0.5 units, then here should be 0.5, and here should be 1.0, here should be 1.5, here should be 2.0, and here should be 2.5. Here should be 3.0. That means I'm using a scale of 2 centimeter represents 0.5 units on the hi, h naught axis. That means 2 centimeter represents 0.5 units on hi over h naught axis. And then I can also use, if I check here, my highest value there is 58, while my lowest value in my v is 32.50. So I can easily use 10 centimeters, that means 10 units. 2 centimeters to represent 10 units. Here should be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Now, the scale I'm using here is 2 centimeter represents 10 units on V centimeter axis. this centimeter axis, I'm sorry, this thing does not have more space to write. Now, on this centimeter axis, now let's try to plot our graph. Now, if you're using 0.5 here, don't forget that what this should be 0. Okay, 0.05, 0.10, 0.15, 0.20, 0.25, 0.30, 0.35, 0.40, 0.55, oh, sorry, 0.45, 0.50. What it simply means is that each of these small line, if I'm using 0.5 units, each of these small line are 0.05 units. Each of these small lines. Now, why on this I'm using 10 units? That means each small lines are one unit. That means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That is what my unit in this place here. Now, how do we now go about this? We are giving the initial value to be 58.00 and 2.0. When hi over h naught is 2.0, this is my 2.0, and I have 58 here. I can initially bring this my 2.0. If I dot here, 2.0, then here is my 58. If here is 60, 2.0, this is 59, this is my 58. Now, here is my 58. You can remove the remaining dots that is here. Here is my 58. Please note, if you are drawing your graph, you can either use a dot and a circle, or you make use of an asterisk. Now, from here, I have also 1.25 to represent 45.5. If here is 1.0, 1.25 should be somewhere here, because this is 1.5, this is 1.0, 1.0, sorry, if here is 0.05, 1.05, 1.10, 1.15, 1.20, 1.25. So 1.25 represents 45.5. This is my 45.5, represents 1.25, which is here. Using a circle. We also have 38.5 represent 1.2. 1.2, if here is 1.25, 1.2 should be somewhere here. 1.2 represents 38.5. Now, 38.5 should be somewhere. If here is 38, 38.5 will lie between 39 and 38. This is 38. This 38, this 39. Then there should be what? 38.5. That means if I have 1.25, I should be having something here. This is it here. Now also, we also have 0.75 represents 34. 0.75 should lie here. If here is 0.5, this is 0.55, 0.6, 0.65, 0.7, 0.75 is here. This is my 0.75. 0.75 to represent 34. 34. If here is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 0.75 represent 34. Here is my 34. Can have here 34. Now, the last value, which is my 0.65 to represent 32.5. 0.65 should lie somewhere here. If here is 0.5, 0.55, 0.6, 0.65 to 32.5. If here is 30, 31, 32.5 should be at the middle between 32 and 33, which is here. Okay, let me count this: 0.5, 0.55, 0.6, 0.65. Here, trace it to the middle of this. I have something here. This is my 32.5. Now, I can connect my three best straight line. Connecting my three best straight line, I have this line that is here. You have somewhere here, or this can't give us only these points here. I'll give it, that was something here. Sorry, should be something wrong. I'm taking this. Yeah. Value here is some here, somehow here. Yeah. Maybe I'll be having this. Sorry. So I'll be having this. This. Now, this is my what? 3 best straight line. So from here, after getting this, the point at which the line touches the horizontal axis is at this place here. You can connect this thing downward, backward. Just make it to come downward. Very well. Now, the question said, calculate the slope of your graph and read off the value where your graph meets the horizontal axis. The slope of this graph can be calculated using any point. As I already said, try to make use of where will be suitable for you. If I pick these points here, and I come to this place, pick this same points that is along here, which is this point here. I can pick here. You can pick here, this point here, to find my slope. Now, I pick somewhere here. And also somewhere here. Somewhere here. Now, from here I can have something of this kind. And here. Why also in this case here I can have here. Where here should be my change in hi over h naught, and here should be my change in v into centimeter. Now, the slope of my graph, my slope should be equals to the slope of my graph. Please avoid writing your slope in the graph book. There'll be a space for your slope. They're going to write your slope. Now, my slope on my graph is equals to what? Change in hi over h naught over change in v, which should give rise to your initial hi naught over h naught minus that means my hi over h naught initial, that is final, minus hi over h naught initial all over v2 minus v1, whereby I can easily get that my final of this hi is here, somewhere here. If here is 2.5, 2.55, 2.6, 2.65, 2.7, 2.75, 2.8. Sorry, this is 2.75. This is 2.75 minus here should give rise to 1.75. Sorry, yeah, this is 1.0, 1.55. Sorry, 1.0, 1.05. So 1.0, 1.05, 2.0. Sorry, 1.0. This should be 1. if it is 0.5, okay, 0.5, sorry, this is 0.05 each. So 1 point, if here is 1.0, here 1.0, 1.05, 1.1, 1.15, 1.2, 1.25, this is 1.25, 1.25, yeah, I can 0.555, okay, 2.665, thanks. Now here should be V2. My V2 is here, somewhere here. That is my 72 minus my V1 is somewhere here, which is my V1 is, if here is 35, this is 36. 72 minus 36, I should be having 1 point, that is 2.75 minus 1.25 to give 1.5, be having my slope 1.5 all over 72 minus 36, that is 36. 1.5 divided by 36, 1.5 divided by 36, 1.5 divided by 36, that will be 0.04, which is 0.04, that is my slope of the graph. So the slope of the graph is 0.04. Why, where the graph touches, you should read out the value where your graph meets the horizontal axis. You cross check here. My graph meets the horizontal axis at this point here. So that point where it meets the horizontal axis is, here is 20, 21, 22.5. So it meets the horizontal axis at 22.5. Let me say the value of V, where it meets it is what? 22.5 centimeter. Now this is the graph of the table. Now these are likely precautions that will be given to us. We have, I ensure error due to parallax of the meter rule. Please don't forget, if you are using a meter rule, you should try to ensure error due to parallax, and also avoid zero error of the what? Avoid zero error of the meter rule also. Now I ensure the object lens and the screen are aligned horizontally. That means if you are taking a reading, my object, my lens, and the screen should be aligned on what? On an horizontal axis before taking it. I ensure the screen and the lens are vertically framed. Then I avoided zero error of the meter rule. Thanks for watching.